that support the VCI program. And that helps out in terms of our, sometimes it's other things that we do around here for activities that contribute to VCI, the Veterans Care International program. So just looking at the slide there, Veterans Care International is a pioneering organization dedicated to facilitating veterans' access to top-tier medical care in the Dominican Republic, and more specifically, Punta Cana. And that is leveraging your VA benefits, to ensure you receive the support that you deserve as a veteran. This initiative is proudly supported, as I mentioned, those 5 brands that I talked about earlier. And it makes it possible for both the VCI program and the VIC program to help veterans just like you and, of course, me, because I've been on the program many times. Here's me again. Yeah, I just want to shout out a little bit about this particular photograph. First of all, Photoshop is something that I learned about. And it seems like I was frowning when I made this picture. I wasn't frowning. I mean, you got to know I'm wearing an Army Ranger hat, which is I'm an Army Ranger. I'm not going to smile from ear to ear because I reflect back on the training that I went through. So it looks like my mouth has been altered or shopped to try to make me smile. But if you want to see me smile, here it is right here. That's a real smile. But I attribute this photograph to a couple of things. One being that the fatigue jacket that I'm wearing is I want to say a dedication to the veterans who served in Vietnam, okay? That was the uniform of choice during the Vietnam War. I came from Desert Storm. One day you'll see me wearing a Desert Storm uniform in tribute and actually giving back to the veterans that served in the Desert Storm War. But it talks about me, I already mentioned that. We'll go to the next slide. This particular slide is also near and dear to my heart because the general director, you can say general manager, he's the person in charge. This is his grandfather. His grandfather is an Army veteran. And how symbolic for me to wear that fatigue jacket because our director's grandfather was actually in the Vietnam War. And his name is James Henderson, and he served in the United States Army. So you can see how this particular scenario of VCI attributes to our general manager and why he's so involved and so dedicated to this particular cause. Let's talk about it. Why Punta Cana? Why is people talking about Punta Cana? Why is Punta Cana the big buzz going on right now? Well, there's a couple of reasons. It could be because it's stunning natural beauty. All the pristine and lush beaches that are around, all the landscapes, 15 different crystal water and white sand beaches, all the way up to black sand beaches. They do have both of those here. The growing infrastructure. Everywhere you turn, it's a good thing that there's development going on because they're making a lot more facilities for people to stay at when they come here to Punta Cana. So there is growth, extensive growth. And you can see the numbers. The growth is right around 2.5 billion in 2000 to 1.7 up to 17 billion in 2022. Government support for tourism and development. I just want to let you know that last year, those who didn't know it, you can Google it, 11 million, that's right, 11 million people toured the Dominican Republic. And out of those 11 million, 65% of them actually came here to Punta Cana. There's a high return on investment potential. It's a potential for favorable investments. That's right. You can come here and invest in something from the ground floor. That means that you can invest in something that's pre-construction, and by the time it's built, you've got a good return on your investment because it's going to be worth more than what you paid for it. And then finally, safety. Safety is a big thing on everybody's mind. People want to know, hey, if I come abroad, if I come out of the United States, if I come into Dominican Republic, am I going to be safe? Well, there's a couple of reasons I can answer that. Number one, I've been here since February, okay? Number two, there is a police force that is I say you can say they actually survey, or they actually secure, or they actually roam. They're like not static. They're not just sitting in one place. They roam the area, the territory, if you will, where tourism is going on. And they're called the Polar Tour. The Polar Tour is the actual safety net that you guys can basically count on as tourists walk around here in Punta Cana. Let's talk about changing gears just a little bit, and we're going to talk about medical services. These are things that are included in the tour. When you come into the tour, it's from Tuesday to Tuesday, and these items I'm about to go over are included in your tour. General practitioner, chiropractic work. I'm talking about chiropractic therapy, if you will. Psychologist, psychiatrist, cardiologist, yoga. As you can see, I'm stopping on some of the high points because sometimes we just need a little meditation, a little bit of mindfulness, and we have that because there's a lot of holistic type of interventions here with this program. You're going to love it. Massage therapy, neurology, meditation, orthopedic. That's right. For your muscular and skeletal type of treatment, maybe you jumped out of airplanes as a veteran. Maybe you carried a lot on your back as a veteran. These things that I'm mentioning right now are included, and they can definitely help your wellness. Gastroenterology, some of us may have been eating some things that give us what they call GERD, which is gastroesophageal reflux disease. Sometimes you need that pill, but we have those type of things where we help you with your gastroenterology. ENT stands for ear, nose, and throat. Yes, we have that here that's included within the program. And then last but not least, aqua therapy. What better way to help that muscular and skeletal body that you have with aquatic therapy? One more included items, but there's many. So they capped me out for talking about everything, right? So I'm gonna just go through some more of the activities. A catamaran. On Saturday now, there's a catamaran trip where you go out on the water with all your veterans that are in your tour together, and you go out there, you snorkel, you see a dolphin sanctuary, you see some baby sharks out there, you get to go out and actually walk in water up to your belly. It's incredible. Beach day, you're gonna get a chance to go to the beach. This is a wellness tour. This is not a vacation, but we will take you out to the beach so you can see what it's like to be out there. Movie night, this is something that now is starting to really get a lot of rave. They bring the Chase lounges up in front of the television, and they vote on what movie to watch that night, and folks are watching the movie. It's really great. Dance classes, there's a world-renowned, I get a little choked up, right? Because this guy's like John Travolta almost, right? There's a world-renowned dance instructor. He teaches you merengue, salsa, bachata, rumba, all those things you can think about in terms of the Latin American music. He teaches it to you while you're here. So maybe you're coming with your significant other, you can partner up and dance together. Gathering for veterans, the barbecue is awesome with a whole lot of prizes and bingo. Real estate at your choice. Live music and sound therapy is just involved with that particular therapy where you can get mindfulness and meditation and calm down. The sound therapy, they have mats and pillows and blankets. You close your eyes and you just listen to what's going to take place. Incredible. Last but not least, the following items are also included. Are you guys taking notes? Because there's a lot of them. The hotel stay is included. When you come here, you stay from Tuesday to Tuesday in Las Flores Hotel, a dynamic boutique hotel that you can not only just stay here and sleep and rest, but your wellness is taken care of here. Your appointments are in the hotel. Airport transfer from the airport to Las Flores Hotel and back again. We provide all transportation to all your appointments, to all your lunches, to all your excursions. Incredible. And there are dinners. So breakfast is included, dinner is included, but only 6 out of the 7 dinners are actually included. So there's one dinner that you're going to have to pay for your own. And don't worry, it's not super expensive. I mean, our general director has said it before. You only really need about $200 to last you for this tour, about $200 in US. Transportation for activities, I mentioned that, and you can bring one guest. You can bring one guest, a plus one. Why is that so dynamic? You can bring your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your wife, your husband. How about your battle buddy? How about your best friend? There is a caveat to that though. Please note that these luxurious rooms that are filled with an aromatic scent that roll through the whole entire boutique hotel, those rooms have a dynamic, soft cushion. Can you get the idea? I'm painting a picture for you guys, right? Has a soft cushion, queen-size bed. And it's only one queen-size bed in each room. So your battle buddy, who you were in the foxhole with, yeah, it's okay. Somebody sleep with their head at the head, somebody sleep with their head at the foot. That's all it is. Now what we're about to do is a tour recap so you can see some of the activity and action that goes on when you're here on the tour.
Here is the best. In United States, the only
Am
thing
I
you
off?
do is go to the hospital. They just sit.
Am I off?
You sit down with the doctor, and they just ask a question, and they look more at the computer, putting all information than what they're talking to you, what they recommended to you, and everything.
I highly recommend this beautiful facility to any veteran in the United States, and come here get better treatment, more professionalism, and outstanding service.
While you're here, you will receive some of the best primary health care that you could ever imagine. For me, I had some issues with my feet, with my hearing, and so when I came here, they were able to focus more one-on-one with me, and what a way for the veteran to get that kind of assistance where they treat you more like a person than a number.
And just come, don't be afraid. It's gonna change your life. Coming here was a revitalization for me. It lifts whatever sadness you're feeling. You're just so happy when you come here, especially when you're coming from a place that's cold, you know? I loved all the activities that you guys had planned. It was just amazing for me. I can't get enough of it. I'm very pleased, and I will be back. Get your airfare together. Just save a little money for lunch. That's all you have to pay for.
BCI medical team hospitality was incredible. I had never seen a group of people that would come to you, and not only come to you, but be willing to help you with all your needs and all your concerns. They answer all my questions. I never thought that they were going to be able to do all this stuff with us in a short period of time.
All right. So what we just witnessed was the tour recap. So again, so that you can visualize and see what you can expect when you come. Now, I want to show 2 veteran testimonials. So these are testimonials from veterans that have been on the tour in the past. So yeah, let's get into that.
My name is Alexander. I'm Cuban. I've been working more than 60 years.
It was first class service the whole way. The first time that I actually felt comfortable talking to a mental health specialist without having to feel like under the pressure of the microscope of the VA watching me. Oh, I'm going to recommend this program to all my veterans friends because, as I stated, the staff here, very professional, first class all the way. No waiting lines that you would be waiting for in the States. Appointments are scheduled timely, efficiently, and the staff is well knowledgeable and very, very professional.
I came here very broken with very little hope, and hope has been renewed. Without hesitation, I would say the commitment, the dedication, and the compassion of the staff. They were attentive, they took time with me. I was a person, a whole woman, not just segmented. They addressed all my needs, mind, body, and spirit.
All right, so those were 2 testimonials from veterans that have been here on the tours. Now I want to show 2 videos from 2 of the doctors here on the VCI staff that you will be seeing when you come. So we have 2 introductions.
My name is Alexander. I'm Cuban. I've been working more than 60 years as a physiotherapy and also chiropractor. I've been working in Russia, Finland, Venezuela, Colombia, and now here in Punta Cana doing my best.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marielena Martinez, orthopedic specialist at VCI. I'm from Dominican Republic. I'm passionate about helping people move better and live without pain. I choose this path because restoring mobility means restoring freedom and independence. I really believe my work can make a real difference in the lives of veterans by helping them feel stronger, move easier, and live with less pain. That's why I joined this clinic, to be part of a team that truly committed to giving veterans the care they deserve. That's why these spaces matter so much for the veteran community. We're here to help you get back to doing what you love.
All right, so those were 2 of the doctors that are here on the VCI staff. The first was the chiropractor, and then the second was our orthopedist. So now I want to get to the section of the presentation where we talk about what is not included on the tour. We spoke about all the stuff that is included, so now let's talk about the opposite. So what is not included are the flights, of course, here and back. Also, all the meals are not included, so like Brian was speaking about earlier, you do get 6 out of the 7 dinners and all of the breakfast. So the only meals that are not included would be all of the lunches and then 1 of the dinners. Also, the transportation for outside activities is not included. So we will always provide a full agenda every day. But if you want to do your own excursion, if you want to go to the beach, if you want to go to the nightlife at night, you have freedom to do that. But you will need to be responsible for that transportation. Also, what is not included is any alcoholic beverages, because again, this is a tour focused on health and wellness. And then also the laundry at the hotel is not included. Ideally, you bring enough clothes for the 7 days, but if you need to wash something, there is a price for that. So now I want to talk a little bit about the location that we have where you'll be staying at. So everyone will from the airport, you will be taken to the Las Flores Wellness Center. So this wellness center is where you have the 7-night stay. It also includes the transportation to and from the airport. It has the breakfast, and it also has a nice pool area and bar area that you have access to. So let me quickly explain to visualize what this facility looks like. A section of the facility is what we mentioned here, the rooms where you'll be sleeping for the 7 nights, which is included. But also there's a section of the wellness center where we have consultation rooms, okay? So in one building, you're sleeping, you're resting, and when you wake up, you can go to the eating area, you can eat your breakfast, and then you walk down the hall, and then you have your consultations with the doctors and your medical appointments, right? Now, why did we decide to do it like this? Well, because we want you to come and feel at ease, feel peaceful, feel very calm, And we understand that if we're running you around everywhere, you're in waiting rooms,
Yeah.
in big hospitals, you might not get that feeling. So we decided to make everything in one facility so that, like I said, you only got to walk down the hall, have your appointment. Let's say you have an hour or two in between your next appointment. You can go back to your room, you can relax, you can watch TV, you can work, you can take a nap, or you can relax by the pool area, get a quick little tan, and then go back and finish your appointments. So everything is in one facility. Now, we still want to show you Punta Cana, so that's why we take you to the different restaurants for lunch so you can see the area, what Punta Cana has to offer. Of course, some of the excursions are off of the facility, but again, this is a tour focused on medical and your well-being, so we want you to be peaceful, okay? The location of Las Flores, another great part is that it is in a secluded area, so it's not next to a whole lot of apartment complexes and noise. It's not next to the highway, or it's not next to streets where you have cars driving by all the time. Usually, we're having a good time and there's music and you're chilling near the pool.
Yeah.
But sometimes when there's no music, it is complete quiet. And I know that in a lot of places, you cannot get complete quiet.
No, very noisy.
Yeah.
Only thing you hear is the frog. Macau, is it a Macau? Macau? The frog that makes the noise, like Macau, Macau? You hear a nice little
I don't know
frog.
about that one.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's nature though, so we
Yeah,
can deal with
we love
nature.
it. We love it.
We can deal with that. So yeah, that is about the wellness center. So now we want to speak on the foreign medical program.
Yes, thanks, Jalen. The Foreign Medical Program, if you're not familiar with the Foreign Medical Program, this is the golden ticket that allows you to be treated with your health and wellness abroad, outside of the United States. For those of you who don't know about the Foreign Medical Program, or FMP as they say, the Foreign Medical Program was kind of created after World War II. Some of the veterans after World War II wanted to go on R&R around the world, and they didn't want to basically come back to the United States and have their vacation. And what was created was a way for them to go to different places around the world that was accredited by the VA in order to get their health care taken care of. That's what the FMP program is all about. One of the things you have to have when you come here is your disability breakdown letter, which actually alerts the Foreign Medical Program that you are going to be treated overseas here in Dominican Republic. And once you come here on the tour, you're going to fill out all the appropriate paperwork that you need in order to get that submitted to the FMP program. And in about 3 or 4 weeks, I can attest to it because my letter came in the mail about maybe 3 weeks after VCI sent it out to the VA. And I received a letter stating that, hey, Brian, or hey, Brian Smith, or hey, Mr. Smith, they're kind of formal sometimes, but you have now been approved for all your current disabilities for the FMP program and to be treated at the Veterans Care International program. That is the FMP program.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for that, Brian. And for anyone wondering, how do I register? How do I become part of the FMP?
Yes.
Well, again, we make it very easy for you. We have the forms here, like Brian said, where all you have to do is sign it, then we will send it directly to the FMP, and then, like Brian said, you will get that letter saying
Yes.
that you got approved. Okay, so you do not have to worry about registering before coming. So now I wanted to show a quick video because, like Brian mentioned earlier,
Yes.
you're gonna get the clinical health and you're also gonna get the wellness health. Okay,
Yes.
there is a big difference between both, even though both are for improving your health. So I have a video that I wanna show so that you can kind of visualize what to expect when it comes to the wellness. All right. So that was a quick video. Relaxing,
Yeah.
wellness activities that we include. And then here are some of the pictures. Some of the wellness activities are aqua therapy, meditation,
Yeah.
Sound therapy, yoga, and now we're including a very, very special trip that we're trying out now, which is a trip to Miches. So I don't know if Brian, you want to go
Yes.
into Miches really quick.
Yeah, I just want to give you guys an idea what to expect when you travel to Miches. First and foremost, you will have to sign a waiver, okay? Because it is not all flat terrain. Miches is, very hilly, very mountainous, and we're traveling about 88 kilometers from Punta Cana to Legacy Miches. It's about an hour and a half. Once you get there, you'll be carted up in like a cattle car where everybody can sit together, kind of facing each other, and hold onto the railing. It will take you directly up to the landings. And then once you get up to the top landings, there is actually a place for you to go horseback riding, to go down to waterfalls, to go up to the top of the mountain. So there's a lot of strenuous activities that we want to make sure that you're able to do. That's why that waiver is important. But for all your real estate ideas that you can imagine in something that's totally jungle and forest, and you're going to see a creation from that, this is what Legacy Miches has to offer. And you're able to invest in lots of land. I'm not saying lots of land. I'll just say like plots of land. Plots of land. Okay, yeah. So there's smaller plots, there's medium-sized plots, and there's also luxurious larger plots. And the luxurious larger plots are an acre in size.
Yes. So again, these are one of the many activities that we plan during the tour. Of course, we have the catamaran excursion, but if you are more of an outdoor type of person, if you like waterfalls and horseback riding,
Yes.
to be in the mountains, this is really an amazing experience for you to do. Of course, it's optional, so
Yes.
if that doesn't really sound like a good idea, we have an alternative activity other than going to Miches.
Yes.
All right. So everything sounds great. We've gone through the webinar, we've gone through the presentation. So now I'm interested. I want to be a part of the tour. So how do you register? It's very simple. You need to go to our website, www.veteranscareinternational.com. So the name of the clinic.com. Then you're going to go to the Veterans Tour tab. You're going to click on that. Then you're going to scroll down and you will see a registration form. Okay? You're going to fill out that form. It asks for basic information like your full name, email address, and phone number so that we can get in contact with you. And then, of course, the month and the week that you plan on coming. On the website, when you go to that Veterans Tour tab, you will see all of the dates that we have all the way up until December.
Yes.
Okay? So you can pick whatever week works best with you, fill out the form. Once you fill that out, then you're on to step 2, which step 2 is where you need to submit your documents. Okay? We only require 3 documents, and that's it. One is a photo ID, any photo ID. It could be a driver's license, state ID, veteran ID, passport, anything with your picture on it. Then we need your DD-214, and then we need your disability breakdown letter.
Yes.
Okay? We understand you might not have a disability breakdown letter, so if you don't currently have it, all you have to do is call the VA phone number, and then you request your disability breakdown letter, and then they will send it to you via email. Once you get that disability breakdown letter in your email, you go ahead and send it to us, and then you're done with step 2. Final step, which is step 3, is to get your ticket.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So step 1, fill out the form with your basic information. Step 2, submit the 3 documents. And then step 3, purchase your ticket and send us proof of your flight. Once you do that, your spot is secured on that tour, okay? Now I want to let everyone know, and I'm going to leave the dates up here.
Yes.
So I want to let everyone know that for the tours, there are limited spots, okay? So we have a limited amount of veterans that we can take per tour, obviously, because at the Wellness Center, there's a limited amount of rooms, okay? And the way we do the availability is first come, first serve,
Yes.
right? So if you complete step 1 and step 2, but you don't complete step 3, then you're not confirmed, all right? So we do require proof of flight before we confirm your spot. All right? And again, like I said, these dates will be on the website. So if you can't, get a screenshot right now, you can just go to our website and check out all of the dates. All right? So now we are at the point of the webinar, the presentation.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part,
Yes.
where we have a special guest come and talk about some aspect of the program and what we're providing. Now, today, like I said, we have a very unique and very special guest, which I will allow her to introduce herself. She works with a company that helps with your benefits and how to increase your benefits and how to get to 100%, right? Which I know if anyone is in this webinar and you are not at 100%, chances are you want to.
That's right.
Chances are you want to, right? And something that I'm very proud to let everyone know here is that we are assisting not only with health, but also with that part as well, right? So Tiffany, if you would go ahead and quickly introduce yourself to the webinar, tell them who you are, what you do for veterans, and how they can get in contact with you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry, just checking. Okay, so yes, we are with Military Veterans Assistance Center. We call it MVAC for short. Myself, my name is Tiffany. I work with Holly Robinson. He is a VA accredited claims agent. If you look us up on the VA website, you will see his name listed, Holly Robinson. We help veterans go from whatever percentage they're at now to 100%. We just recently came to Punta Cana to check with Jalen and Brian and what they have going on, and we were completely impressed. We cannot stop talking about it, honestly. We've told all of our friends.
Yeah.
Questions, put it in the chat, because at the end of the interview, we will answer all of your questions, okay? But I guess for me, my first question would be, okay, because now we're talking about, increasing your benefits.
Yes.
So how does VCI, just to be more specific, how does VCI and you work together? What is the togetherness part in order to help the veterans increase their ratings?
Because we are going to provide a roadmap
Yes.
we can help you get those three things done, then that's the documentation that we'll use to up that percentage or file that claim.
Right, exactly. And could you quickly touch on how VCI plays a factor within that whole process?
When you guys are there, they're going to give you an individualized plan of meeting with the doctor, meeting with the mental health therapist, meeting
Yes.
with chiropractor, meeting with their physicians in-house. You'll have an individualized plan, and they base that off of the information that you provided to them before you arrive. So that's what the disability breakdown letter is for. So they can compile a plan while you're there of what your needs are, so you can kind of make those rounds to your appointments.
Okay, so I have to take a pause really
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
to recap what we just heard, okay?
Amazing.
Because before, we had this, again, amazing program where we would allow veterans to come and get their health and have a great time in Punta Cana,
Yes.
relax. But now you're telling me within these 7 days, not only am I going to see all the specialists, I'm going to get a full body treatment, mental and physical. But now you're saying that within these 7 days, I can get the diagnosis that I need to then submit that to the VA to get my benefits increased.
That's right. That's amazing.
This is what we're doing. Oh, sorry, Tiffany, go ahead.
Absolutely, that is correct. I know with VCI and their setup, they're funded with the FMP for us.
Yes.
We are a separate company, so
Yes.
we are a small business. We do this alone. So we do have a small admin fee to take us on as your representation and you being our client. Like I said, we'll have 4 forms that you'll fill out. Once you do that with us, we're going to give you a roadmap. You're going to take that roadmap with you when you attend VCI, and you will use that when you step into those doctor's appointments.
Yes.
And we're partnering together for the benefit of the veteran.
Yes.
They reached out to us based off of the needs that their veterans were sharing while they're in the tour. Hey, this is what we need. We need this element documented, but it's not. And so that's what we're trying to help you do, is something that needs to be service connected, get it service connected.
Exactly. And that's a key point. I also want to recap that.
Yeah.
You're looking at 2 different ways that you can work through this. Again, getting to 100%.
Yes.
Or let's say if you're already at 100%, or let's say you're not at 100%, but you have disabilities that are not service connected on that disability breakdown letter. So in other words, it's not covered. Technically, it's not covered because it's not service connected. What we can also help you do is add some of these disabilities that happen during service, but might not be on that sheet, on that disability breakdown
Right.
letter, right? So again, those are the 2 ways that we can help, is either increasing the rating or to add other disabilities that are not on that disability breakdown letter. And like Tiffany said, if anyone is interested in this service that we also provide, because again, with this program, we really don't want to force anything on anybody. We provide real estate, we provide health, we provide the benefit side, but it is not required, right? So if you are interested and you're planning on coming on a tour, please let us know before coming that you would like to also take part in this side of the program as well, or this side of the tour as well, so that Tiffany and Holly can go ahead and prepare everything, the roadmap, the verbiage, so that when you come here, it's a lot easier for us to make sure that we get all of the appointments done, so that Holly and Tiffany can go ahead and do their part with you to submit everything to the VA.
Yeah.
Okay? So, Brian, I wanted to open up the floor for a question that you may have.
Yes, I have a question that is, I'm telling you, it's like on the tip of my tongue, and I want to get it out there, but I want to make everyone know that I'm a veteran like you. And some of the things that we go through as veterans can't always be captured when you go to the VA, right? And sometimes you have a struggle with trying to get your rating increased, because that rating increase means that you're going to get a higher compensation level, right? So having worked in the VA hospital myself, I've seen young and senior veterans. So Tiffany, can you please explain if it matters whether I'm a new veteran coming out of the military after serving 4 or 5 years, or whether I'm a veteran that's been out the military since after Vietnam or after Desert Storm? Can this program still help me in that way to increase my service connection and receive an increase in my compensation? Can you please elaborate on that? Wow. Mm. Yes. Yes. Wow. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing.
Wow.
So I definitely have one more question because I think this is very, very important. When we're talking about compensation, right, we understand that, helping get to 100%, that monthly rate is increased. Now, I heard you kind of mention something about back pay. And you said it's life-changing. I would love for you to go a little bit more into detail on how the back pay works, and again, just to kind of know what someone can expect from that. Great. So with that, oh, sorry. Okay. No, and that makes a lot of sense. So in other
Yes.
words, every day you're leaving something on the table.
Yes.
Every day you wait. Great. So, like Tiffany said, or actually, Brian, I don't know if you have any.
I have
final-
one,
Go
I have
ahead.
one last question, if I may, Tiffany.
Perfect.
And once again, I just want to say it was such a pleasure to meet you and Holly
Yes.
here in Punta Cana. It just gave me an additional inspiration because I was one of those veterans that took a long time to get my increase in my disability rating, and now I can look people in the face and say, here's an opportunity for you to get it done, you know, with a better way than the old system. But one of my questions is, again, I'm the veteran, and I'm needing this type of help from you guys. Once I go through the process, fill out all the paperwork, and get everything going, will you continue to reach out to me and keep me informed about where things are going so I don't get anxious and wonder, well, what's happening? I haven't heard from anybody. Is there anything else you need from me? Will you keep in contact with me along the way throughout this process? Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Right, right. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Tiffany. So now I definitely want to open up the space for any questions that we have in the chat, either for Tiffany or for me and Brian as far as the tour. So we have Margarita who's going to read out some of the questions. Can you come? Sign me up, I'm sold. Okay, so Margarita, could you please drop the link to our website in the chat so that you can go ahead and sign up. Now, the good thing, real quick, if you sign up, right, just like Tiffany said, we love to keep that human, could you turn that real quick? Thank you. We love to keep that human interaction, so you will get a call from a support team member.
Yes.
Once you fill out that registration form, just to check in with you, see if you have any questions, explain any doubts that you may have, help you with getting any documents you need. So again, we will help you throughout the whole process. As soon as you fill out that form, expect a call within the next 48 hours.
This is regarding the FMP. Jonathan says,
Yeah, I can handle this
Yes.
question. So to repeat the question, it is, for this program, is it only service-connected disabilities? Is it only service-connected veterans, or can it be someone without that? So to answer your question, that is, I would say really the only requirement we really have here to come is you have to have that disability breakdown letter, okay? You have to have that disability breakdown letter with your service-connected disabilities to qualify for the program, okay? Anything else we can work through. We're very flexible, and again, we want to really help veterans, so we want to allow as many veterans to come as possible. But the one thing that we cannot make an exception on is that disability breakdown letter. And another thing I'll say is that we understand that disability breakdown letters for each veteran could be completely different. Some may have 10 items, some may have only 1 item, right? We will do the best we can to still give you a full body treatment.
Yes.
Okay, we understand that you might only have on your disability breakdown letter your right knee, right? But let's say your left knee and your back is also hurting. We're not going to tell you, no, we're only going to work on your right knee and that's it. No, you will have as much time as you need. There's no time limit on our appointments to sit with the doctor and just tell them everything that's wrong with you. We want you to come and be fully open and say, look, this is everything that's wrong with me. This is what's hurting. This is what I can't move the right way. I can't sleep. This, my stomach's hurting. You might have blood pressure issues.
Yeah.
Anything that you may have, let us know on that initial appointment, and we will do our best, the best that we can to fully treat you.
And can I just piggyback on that a minute?
Yes.
Please understand also that your disability breakdown letter is almost a reflection of what's in your eBenefits website, okay? But you can't use the letter that you receive from the VA in the mail to tell you about what your disability is that you've been approved for and what its explanation. It's a totally different thing. And also let me say that if your disability breakdown letter has a 0% rating, it doesn't mean that you can't still qualify to increase that rating. At 0%, you can go from 0 to 20, 0 to 50, 0 to 70 based on that disability. So don't just not think that you can't get an increase because you have a 0% rating on your disability breakdown letter.
And now that you mentioned that, and I think this is a perfect guess that we have to explain this.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If you're not service connected, you need to get service
That's
connected.
right, that's right.
So you need to talk with Tiffany, you need to get that contact, you need to work with Holly, and you need to find how you can get service connected, these disabilities, your ratings up so that you can come, okay? So even if you don't have it, get in contact, let's see what we can do.
Yes.
Let's get you that disability breakdown letter so that then you can come to the Veterans Tour here.
That's
in Punta
right,
Cana.
that's right.
Amazing.
You might not be receiving compensation for it, but even if you have 0%, that is a good thing versus a bad.
That's right.
They at least acknowledge that you have a service-connected issue. They just haven't given you a percentage for it yet.
Right.
So if they say 0% for, tinnitus, they
Yeah.
acknowledge that you have it. They just haven't given you the percentage. So maybe we just need some documentation
Yes.
to go with that so we can get the percentage.
Right. Thank you.
This question, you already answered it just now, but it's, what about the symptoms? What about the symptoms that are not covered by FMP that still need to be addressed? How can I get those covered as well?
We just,
Okay, yeah, we answered that question. So it was essentially, the question was, if I don't have any, or if there's a disability that's not on my disability
Yes.
breakdown letter, how can I get that covered? Like I said, if you want it on the benefit side, you work with Tiffany, but we will still give you the full body treatment when you come.
correct.
From Trayvon, they are +1s investment.
May the plus ones invest. Okay, so I'm guessing you mean invest in real estate. So Brian, you want to take that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, to answer that question, yes, they may be able to invest. The benefit of investing with Boardwalk Development Properties is that, number one, you have the option of doing it as a group, okay? So you can actually pull a group together and you can invest as a group, or if you're a plus one or a significant other or a cousin or aunt or uncle, and you come here on the tour with your person that's coming here for medical treatment as a veteran, you can see some of the same real estate opportunities to invest in just as the veteran would, and yes, we can entertain your interest or your offer for that particular investment.
Great.
Yes.
And again, since we're talking about the plus ones, I think it's important that I get into a little bit about what is included for a plus one.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
I want to say that the plus ones do have access to all of the activities that we do, the excursions, dance class, all of the holistic activities like the sound healing, meditation, yoga, even aquatherapy. The plus ones can participate in that. Also, a great plus is that you will get a therapeutic massage and facial for the plus ones. And if if requested before, and if there is a need and based on availability, we even offer some of the other specialists, like maybe the chiropractor or the physical therapist for the plus one, right? If availability and if necessary. So again, we understand that, we got to work on this list of things, but we want to open up the floor as much as possible to the veteran and their plus one.
Hassan says, I was there and will be coming back. This is wonderful.
Okay, so Hassan said, can you repeat it?
I was there
and will be coming
That's
back.
stretch. That's stretch.
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 Hey, nice seeing you, Stretch, and
Yeah.
can't wait to see you back here soon.
Yeah.
Jonathan says, FMP is for service connections only.
Exactly. Thank you.
Anthony asked, how can my brother and I qualify for the service if our Navy veteran dad passed away?
Okay.
Well,
go ahead.
Can you repeat the question again?
How can my brother and I qualify for the service if our Navy veteran dad passed away?
Okay, that's a good question. If your father was 100% service connected, then potentially the children, it can be passed down through the children. Otherwise,
I'm not sure about the disability.
yeah,
breakdown
it won't
letter,
won't be able to get them a disability breakdown letter.
Yeah,
for
so
that.
I would say,
No way.
and no, that actually is a good question.
It is,
for
it
sure.
is.
But to answer your question, you do have to be a veteran.
Yes.
You have to be a veteran to come.
Yes.
Now, if you have another family member that's a veteran and you want to come with them, you can do that. If an
Absolutely.
uncle or anyone, really, a cousin, anyone, a friend is a veteran.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Even your best friend's a veteran. He's coming. You're like, hey, take me with you.
Yeah.
Yes, you can do it like that. So hopefully that answers your question.
From Johnson, what if you work for an airline and won't be issued a ticket until the day of the flight?
Okay, again, that's a
that's a
good
good
question.
question.
And we do have veterans that fly on standby because, again, they work with an airline. So just communicate that with us.
Yeah.
Okay? Again, we're very open. So for these type of exceptions, just let us know, because when you register, you will get a call. So when you get that call, just let them know, hey, by the way, I work for the airlines. I fly on standby. I get my ticket the day before. And then the support person will let us know your name and the whole situation, and then we will still confirm you for those type of exceptions.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not a problem at all.
Lachey, can we use these appointments for our claim?
Can you use the appointments for your claim? Tiffany, do you want to answer that question?
Absolutely, you can. Yes, that's why we were so excited to come check them out last week and see what everything was, because everything we were doing was over the phone. So absolutely.
Thank you. So yes, the answer is yes. Okay, so that's a good. So what if you purchase the ticket and there's no space available at the center? Well, here's the thing. And again, this is why we have someone who will call you and work directly with you. Like you're gonna have someone who's going to follow the process like this with you. Okay? So there really isn't a situation where you will not be informed that the tour is full before you buy the ticket, right? This is why we say as soon as you buy your ticket, let us know. Like right when you buy that ticket, take a screenshot and send it over. We make sure that we have great communication with you so that doesn't happen. But let me tell you, let me put it like this, without getting in trouble. If that does happen, we will not, it's really hard for us to say no to a veteran. Right. So if you bought your ticket, it's full, we're not going to say no. You can still come. But ideally, right, to not even get to that iffy situation, please buy your ticket with time. And as soon as you get it, let us know so we can secure your spot.
Can I add to that?
Yes, please.
I'd like to add to that because there's been a whole lot of things happening here on the ground in terms of real estate. I'm helping veterans move into rentals. And we have an abundance, and that abundance is, for me, it's 5+ right now. So let's just say, for example, what Jalen just mentioned. If you can get an earlier ticket to come down and your tour doesn't even start till the next week, if you communicate with us ahead of time, we possibly can find you a rental, short-term rental, so you can kind of come and relax and absorb all the beauty of Punta Cana. And then the next week, you could possibly be right in there.
Yep.
It's an opportunity for you. So we do have that opportunity where you could rent either before or after, or each time you come, you can stay a little longer and rent. So we have those opportunities available. I just wanted to relay that to you again.
Very true, very true.
Davis, can you elaborate more on your question regarding with or without documentation? And Julie's asked, can you help with upgrading discharge?
Okay. So the first question, what was it again?
I'm asking him to elaborate more since he said with or without documentation. I'm not sure what he said right.
Okay. So can you please elaborate your question where you just said with or without documentation? Just explain the question a little bit more. And then the other question, what was it?
Can you help with upgrading discharge?
So Tiffany, this is for you. Can you help with upgrading discharge?
Upgrade discharge as in, like if they're about to get out of the military?
No, I think their question is referring to if they're wanting to upgrade from a other than honorable to a honorable discharge. Is that what they're trying to ask the question for?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
I think that's what it is.
We cannot do the paperwork for
No.
you on that one, but we can tell you what steps to take to hopefully overturn that.
Correct.
But it would have to be done by you, the veteran. There's a process.
Yes.
We could definitely directly answer the question for you and tell you what path to go down for sure.
Yes.
So to answer that question, yes, they can help you. So definitely reach out because I don't know, Tiffany, if you mentioned this, but when it comes to this process, ideally you don't want to do it on your own. You want to have a professional to help you out. If you got to go to court, you're not going on your own. You're not going with your friend to represent you. You're going with a lawyer.
That's right.
So if you are going to do any of this process, make sure that you work with a professional.
Yes.
And Tiffany and Holly, they are on va.gov.
That's right. That's right.
These are the people that you need to speak to get help with that, with those two, issues.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
How much is this 7-day program?
So Nate asked, how much is this 7-day program? So how much are we going to charge you to come here, right? All right, so I have the question for you. Nothing. Nothing.
Right.
You don't pay VCI, you don't pay us nothing to come. This is why we say if you can cover your flight and you come here with $150 to $200 in your
Yes,
pocket
that's
to
it.
cover lunch, which again, that's on the high end. So if you're a lobster and steak guy, you on the 200 side. But if not, you're not spending over $100, right? And you're not paying us anything, okay? So get your flight, bring $100 to $200 to cover a couple meals.
Yes.
And that is it. That's it.
And you're going to want to. You're going to want to experience the culture
Oh, yeah.
of the Dominican food.
Yeah.
And it's not expensive. If you haven't checked yet, it averages between 58 and 60 pesos, Dominican pesos, to the U.S. American dollar.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I just want to let them know that.
Yeah, no, that's a great little fact.
Yeah.
Jalen, if I could tell them this,
Yes.
even as not a business owner, not being there to help veterans, we had the best time. It was amazing. Bingo was great. The barbecue was awesome. I won a prize from the local
Orphanage. Orphanage, yes.
It's amazing. The lunches were great. You get to see Punta Cana when you go out and have some authentic food. Like, it is too good to be true, is exactly what this is. But it's not, because it is real. The place is clean.
Yes.
I took pictures of all the rooms. Like, I loved it. We had a great time. I can't wait to go back. So, I've been there. We just came home Sunday. I wish we could have stayed Tuesday.
Thank you
See
so
you
much
soon.
for that.
See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. All right, Margarita.
How many times can I return for the program?
How many times can you return to the program? Okay, I think I have another great answer for you.
Yeah.
No limit. No limit. If you
That's awesome.
if you want to come every other month, because again, this is for your health. This is for treating you medically. So again, we're not promising you we're gonna fully treat everything that you have within 7 days, right? You know, let's be realistic. We're gonna do more than probably what you've ever experienced in these 7 days.
Yes.
But as far as continuing that treatment, yes, we do actually encourage that you come back every month or 2 or 3, whenever you can,
Yes.
so that you can continue treatment here. And I know, Brian, you have a name for veterans that come back. What are they called?
Yes. We've started a small little tag for veterans so that we can kind of compare it. So the veterans who are returning, we call them the comeback veterans, not the combat veterans, but the comeback veterans.
I love it. I love it. All right.
From Judy, I have been out of the military for almost 30 years and was just awarded 80% last week for the first go around.
Wow.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
Yeah.
for that. So
Yeah.
definitely when it comes to hitting that 80%, like I said, congratulations.
Yeah.
But you really want to go for that 100, right?
Yeah, you want to go for the 100.
Always, always. So Tiffany, go ahead.
So absolutely, give me a call. I think I messaged you directly and gave you my name and my number. So if you want to shoot me a text with your contact information, I will give you a call when the webinar's over.
Yes, yes. And then like we mentioned, anything that you will need to, as far as appointments that you will need to see to get that 100%, you can do that here on the tour.
Yes.
So we're all working together to make sure that we can maximize this 1 week when you're here. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
Say it's a great program. Please share Tiffany's information. Thank you. She already shared the information.
Okay, so Tiffany, I don't know if you want to just put it in the chat one more time. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have to fly out of state, and if so, where?
Do we have to fly out of state?
And if so, where?
So the tour itself is here in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So we're actually flying outside of the country. I'm not sure if you mean to work with Tiffany and Holly. No, you do not have to fly to them. Everything can be done virtually. So they can help you. Even, and Tiffany, correct me if I'm wrong, if you live in another country, if you're in Philippines or something like that,
Yeah,
you
or
can
Germany,
still,
or Germany,
Germany,
or Germany, yeah.
Japan, you can still work. So go ahead, Tiffany.
Any city, any country, any service, Army, military, Air Force, Navy, Air Force, any of them, we can help you with all of it.
Thank you.
AN says this is an amazing
She said
Thank you.
this is an amazing way to help our veterans. Thank you so much.
From Davis, yes, I'll clarify. A second question is, can children be the plus one with or without needing to increase percentage, with documentation in the military or without needing medical documents?
Without needing medical documents?
Without needing medical documents.
Without meeting?
Meaning,
Can you, okay, repeat the question one more time, sorry.
yes, I'll clarify. A second question is, can children be the plus one with or without needing to increase percentage, with documentation in the military or without needing medical documents?
Okay. So let me answer the first question.
Yeah.
Can children be the plus one? So that is kind of a tricky question because actually at the hotel / wellness center where you
Yeah.
will be staying, they do not allow
Children
anyone
under
under
18.
18.
Yeah.
Now, we have made exceptions that if you do have a child under 18, we can get you a Airbnb
Yeah.
off-site that does not have those restrictions where you could bring
Yeah.
a child as a plus one. Now, if you're at the wellness center doing your appointments and being part of the tour, that may be complicated. Now, if your kid is 17, 16,
Sure.
late teens, that's not an issue. You know, the Airbnbs usually have pools, have restaurants where they can do stuff. Also, we've seen some people come with their wife and kid. So again, those are just one of those exceptions that when you register and you get that call from our support team, just make sure to just explain everything. Usually when you explain everything, they'll contact me directly as a general manager. I can see what we can do. And again, if you have that disability breakdown letter, we will do whatever we can to get you down here.
Yeah.
And then the second question was, wow, because it was worded a little bit complicated, but I think you mean, can you come without any medical documentation or without needing to increase your rating? Again, if that's not the question, please clarify, but if you're 100%, you don't want to do anything with rating, that's fine, right? If you just want to come for the medical and for the experience and
Yeah.
have nothing to do with that, no problem at all.
Yeah.
If you want to come and have absolutely nothing to do with real estate and you just want to focus on your health and the experience, no problem at all, right? This is primarily a medical tour. So as long as you're open to do the medical, that's really all you would need to do. And as far as any medical documentation, the only thing that we need is your disability breakdown letter. So we don't need any medical records or anything from other doctors at all. We just need that one disability breakdown letter and you're good to go.
This is for Brian. Is it Boardwalk Developments? Please send your info.
Boardwalk Developments? Yes. I will send the information. How can I send it at this particular? Okay, yeah, we'll send it and reach out to you. And once you get it, please respond back. Keep in mind, if you try to call me, I am abroad, right? So everything that I do is through WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to say that all the time.
No, them prices be crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
WhatsApp is free.
That's right.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and contact you for
Yes.
sure.
Trayvon, can you drop your email in the chat so I can give that to Brian? Nate says, wow, I'm looking amazing. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Julie says, my veteran friend has been on the tour, so this is very real.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Julie, for
Yeah.
that.
Nate says, I've been to Punta Cana several times and even looked for investment property. I love Punta Cana and can definitely echo that it's a beautiful place.
Okay, so Nate said that he's been to Punta Cana many times, and he was looking at investing, and
Well,
that
that's great.
he says it's a beautiful place. So thank you so much for that.
So is this only for veterans?
So someone says, so is this only for veterans? This is a veterans tour.
Yes.
So yes, you do need to be a veteran to qualify for this program.
From Julie, I have been waiting for a year to get my benefits awarded, and I was just awarded a few days ago, and I cannot wait to book my tour.
Awesome.
Yay, we can't wait to see you.
Lachey says, I wish I could have stayed for good.
They said, I wish I could
Oh,
stay for
wow.
good. I know we're going to see you soon, so
Yeah.
hopefully the next time you come, we can figure some way out to at least have you consistently coming out here because, yeah, we'd love to have you here more.
From Rochelle, I'm on my 4th round as a combat veteran.
Hey, Rochelle.
Rochelle, hey, how's
What's
it
up?
going?
What's up? Nice to have you here. Thank you.
Alonda was just here, Rochelle. Okay, we know it already.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are a godsend. My son needs to be at 100%. Also, another one of my veteran friends.
He said that we are a godsend and that his son, can you repeat it?
My son needs to be at 100%.
Oh, and that his son needs to be at 100%. So definitely, yes. And I think that's a good point. If you know somebody, if you know whether family or friends that could use either the tour for the medical, or if you could work with Tiffany to, again, with the benefits part, let them know.
Yeah.
Let them know, recommend them. A quick reminder is we do these webinars every single week, every Tuesday, same time, same link, different guest. All right? So if they're curious, we're not asking you to memorize everything and explain it perfectly. Just invite them to next week's webinar, and they can hear and look at the videos and hear us talk and ask their own questions, and we'd be more than happy to assist.
This is from Davis with or without documentation. He says Nexus letter, for example.
That's a Tiffany. Yeah.
Okay, so Tiffany, and can you explain that? That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
As far as the Nexus letter and the DBQs and those things.
What was the question? Was the question about them?
I think
So the question is, do they need to bring a Nexus letter?
Yes.
No.
Right. Of course.
That does connect that disability. We're going to compile all of that and package it, put it on the correct forms, submit it correctly in order for you to get the rating that we hope
Right.
you deserve.
Right.
So when you're doing these things yourself, I've done this before for a friend before I was ever in this job, and I literally just read the directions. I think I got lucky, right? Because I was able to get them 100%. But then when I actually started learning how to be a VA claims rep and was going through the training, there is a process to do it, and so we know the foolproof method to get there. So if you have Nexus letters, awesome, because we would ask you to get one in some cases.
Yep. Thank you for that. And again, because we're not too clear, but you do not need a Nexus letter to
No,
come.
You don't.
You don't need any of that to come on the tour at all.
How do I know if you guys received my documents?
How do we know so how do I know if we received your documents? Well, you can always contact us, get in contact and drop a quick question. On our website, we have our email.
Yeah.
Of course, if you did fill out a registration form, you probably got a call. You can even message because when we send out the reminders for the webinar, you can message that number. We have a contact form on our website, so there's a whole lot of ways to get in contact with us. And again, we have a dedicated team that's sitting there waiting for any questions. So if you reach out to us, we will reach back out to you.
From Julie, did you say our +1 can also get the treatments? My husband was added as a dependent in my awards letter.
Yes. The +1s can get treatment. Like I said, it is really dependent on availability and necessity. And again, it really doesn't matter if they're a dependent or not, because like I said, it could be anyone your +1. But when you come down here, we will do as much as we can to treat not only the veteran, but also their +1. But guaranteed, you're gonna get that therapeutic massage, guaranteed.
Okay, this is a full question from Davis. In regards to upgrading Service Disability Connection to Service Connected, are they able to help with things like Nexus letters to get the rating raised?
Yes. So the question is, can Tiffany and Holly help to get your Nexus letter, to get your benefits raised. 100%. 100%. And that is actually one of the things that you will do out here.
Yep.
So when you're out here, you will be working with the doctors and the appointments that we have so that we can assist to get you that Nexus letter. Because again, we're working together with the accredited agent as the clinic so that we can help get everything you need to submit to the VA. That's it. All right, amazing. And I don't know because I know we have some veterans in the Zoom that are at the hotel right now.
Yeah.
So Margarita, can you see if there are any Miguel? Okay, Miguel, I'm glad you're here. So Miguel, could you please turn on your camera? I know right now it's lunchtime, and quickly show a live footage of what's going on because we had a tour that just came in today.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Jose.
Hey, Jose.
Can you show a little bit about what's going on? Oh, it's still selfie mode. There we go.
All right, all right.
Come closer. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey.
Awesome, awesome. Awesome.
Nice. Thank you so much, Jose. So I know if anyone's wondering, there's, I mean, we can show videos, we
Yeah,
can show
yeah,
live, we can show
yeah.
testimonials, we could show everything. But yes,
Yeah.
this is very real. Again, this is for veterans, exclusively for veterans. So I know we are coming. Well, we're at the end
Yes.
of our webinar. A lot of great questions.
Yes.
We always appreciate the questions. I definitely want to shout out Tiffany as our special guest.
Thank you,
because
Tiffany.
Actually, if you follow our social medias, it was supposed to be Holly, but he had an emergency. So thankfully, Tiffany
Yeah.
had the availability to come and fill in. And I want to say you did an amazing job.
Amazing.
And we will definitely have Holly on a future webinar. So again, if you are interested in that webinar when we have the actual accredited agent to maybe answer more specific questions, just keep a lookout on our social media. We're always shouting out who's going to be our guest. Also want to shout out all of the comeback veterans.
The comeback veterans,
The
that's
comeback
right.
veterans,
Yeah.
the veterans who have been here supporting. We love you. We can't wait to see you guys here back. Again, always thankful for you guys showing up and supporting the webinars. Last reminder is we do these webinars every single week, 7 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern, every Tuesday, same link, same passcode. If you want to register, go on our website, www.veteranscareinternational.com, Veterans Tour page, fill out the form, and we will get in contact with you. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your...
Can I make one last statement?
Go ahead, of course.
I'd like to make one last statement.
Go ahead.
For those of you who just got on the call, or who's been on the call, I did tell who I was. I'm an Army veteran, right?
Yes.
And I know that there's Army veterans, there's Navy veterans, there's Marine veterans, there's Air Force veterans, and there's Coast Guard veterans on this call tonight.
Yes.
What I'm wanting to do right now, I want to create a challenge as an Army veteran. I want to create a challenge to all the other branches that are out there. And my challenge is, let's see who can invite one new person along with yourself, or if you can't make it, just say you invited somebody. Let's see if we can get one new person invited on the next webinar next Tuesday. And when you come on, we want to know who you invited and that person's name. But we're going to do a challenge between Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. Who can invite the most veterans to the next webinar?
love it.
Let's
Okay.
try it.
So on the introduction, when we introduce, we're gonna go ahead and ask that question.
Okay, okay.
And we might send you a little gift card or something.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Let's set the challenge. We're
Let's make
ready.
the
All you
challenge.
Army folks out there, we're not gonna let them beat us. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you, Jalen.
All right, no problem. Oh. Hey, Rochelle. Oh, okay.
It's on, Rochelle. It's on. It's on.
It's on. That's true, and we appreciate you.
Okay,
for that.
thank you, Rochelle.
All right, Rochelle. All right, everyone. So enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you for showing up, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Good night.